to grab the oxygen tank and is startled by the falling body of a fellow crew member. When he takes a closer look, he discovers the oxygen tank's broken. Andy then leaves without noticing the blood and slashes on top of the pod. Minutes later, Andy finds a bunch of SOS lights surrounded by a very strong wind. This has been set up by Dwayne, who has retrieved some equipment and is already considering getting meat from the bodies for food. He managed to look at the nav log before the crash and learned that the company took a shortcut through an asteroid belt to save fuel, which is why they are on an unknown area. Dwayne is trying to use the equipment to send an SOS message to Earth that will take 8 months to arrive, and if the rescuers use a fast ship they'll be here in around 2 years. Andy is starting to lose hope, but Dwayne points out they may find the means to survive in the other half of the Borealis. When he steps back, Andy accidentally unplugs the machine and turns around to fix it. At that moment a mysterious creature jumps in and captures Dwayne, leaving without a trace. When Andy finally turns again, he's alone. After sending the message to Earth, Andy takes Dwayne's gun and the AI reminds him his oxygen levels are low. Andy asks it to set a route to the biggest Borealis piece and starts walking while continuously checking the radio to find other survivors. Eventually he reaches the edge of a cliff and the AI admits its system isn't working well. He thinks about his family while screaming in frustration until he hears a noise on the radio. It's another survivor called Naomi. The signal isn't very good and Andy runs around until he can hear her without static. Naomi is stuck in her pod and she's searched for the crew's trackers, but sadly the only survivors are her, Andy, and Dwayne. She sends Andy her location, but the AI warns him that her area is unstable and Andy may not have enough oxygen to reach it. Andy hesitates to take such a risk, so Naomi convinces him by pointing out she has enough oxygen for both of them. For the next few hours, Andy does nothing but walking while chatting with Naomi. Suddenly Andy hears a weird noise and asks his AI to scan the area, but that function isn't working. When Naomi hears the name of the model, she confirms that AI is supposed to be discontinued and this is another thing the company did to save money regardless of their crew's safety. It's nighttime by now and Andy has to be careful while he walks because his helmet lights isn't very strong. He freezes when he thinks he sees something, but he blames it on his imagination and keeps going. Seconds later, he notices rocks rolling near his feet and gets nervous because there are more noises, not seeing a shadow watching him from above. At that moment he finds strange holes in the ground and follows them until he finds a bigger hole covered in cobweb, which makes him realize the little holes are paw prints. Andy panics and keeps on walking as fast as possible, noticing more and more cobwebs in the area. Soon it starts snowing and Andy notices that the noises sound more like growling now. Something big runs nearby and Andy immediately hides while turning off his helmet lights. Naomi is surprised because her scanner shows a bunch of crew trackers moving toward him, but none of them are responding. Andy makes the AI link to those trackers and the signals appear around him at the same time. Naomi says they're right in front of him, but he can't see anything. A flare